Hi guys, this is Zac. Zac is the perfect example of an intelligent human being, but sometimes he doesn't think rationally. So let's find out why. Alert now! The Ebola virus is spreading much faster than efforts to contain it. President Barack Obama declared today the killer virus constitutes an international security threat. Screening programs are put into effect in major national airports. Back to you, Steve.
Achoo! Oh my god, I got Ebola. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Okay, let's see. Darling, I'm sorry to tell you that you got the flu. I would highly recommend you to get the flu shot next time.
Come on. It's just the flu.
When you're scared of Ebola, have you ever thought about... You are probably thinking of a rare zombie disease right now, right? Don't worry, we just want to get your attention. We are talking about flu. Sounds less scary, but let me show you some data.
Okay, now let's look at some facts. Flu is also known as a silent killer. According to ACDC's report, in 2014, the number of people died from flu was almost 5,000. However, only 43.6% of American adults got flu vaccination. During the same year, the number of Ebola deaths in the US was only 1, but it generated a huge influence on social life and economy of the United States. Firstly, 10% of parents choose to keep their children out of school and public places. 22% of them plan to avoid public transportations. The airline industry and tourism industry were also heavily influenced. The revenue of Delta Airlines and American Airlines dropped by almost 15% and 10% respectively. Besides, the United States government issued travel warnings about non-essential trips to West Africa. But the influence brought by fear of Ebola didn't end here. Other industries, such as oil, mining, pharmacy, and investment, were all heavily influenced.
So why is it that people overweight the likelihood of rare events? Well, the concept of decision weights and the possibility effect can help to explain it. Firstly, a decision weight is the psychological importance we assign to the probability of an event, but it often does not correspond to the actual likelihood. As the graph shows, people are not rational in their decision-making and tend to overweight unlikely events while underweighting more common ones. The decision weights we assign to a probability influences our estimation of its likelihood, and for rare events we tend to both overestimate the probability and also overweight the importance of the outcome in our decision-making. When unusual events are highly salient and become the focus of our attention, for example through extensive media coverage, we tend to assign excessively high decision weights to them and spend an irrational amount of time worrying about the risks. This tendency is especially strong for events that are low in probability but have high consequences, such as Ebola. Secondly, the possibility effect shows that when an outcome goes from being impossible to merely possible, people tend to greatly overweight it. This is because for 0% possibilities, we also perceive it as being 0%, but for 1% possibilities, we perceive it as a 5.5% likelihood, meaning that the rare event is overweighted by a factor of 5.5. The possibility effect often causes us to assign way too large decision weights to unlikely outcomes, such as Ebola, and to overlook more common ones, such as the flu. Don't overweight rare events. Be rational.
Hey guys, so the flu awareness video you just watched will be presented in high schools and universities across the US to educate the students about the risk of flu and the importance of the flu shot. We will also launch a social media campaign using the hashtag #BeLikeZac. Zac, the hero of the video, will run all our social media pages, sharing facts in a sarcastic and humorous way to remind people to be rational and not underestimate flu. A wider street marketing campaign will display the Zac memes on billboards in public places, where people are likely to catch the flu. The billboards will urge curious people to find more about Zac and find the information on the CDC website.